Hello, everybody, and welcome into a Monday edition of the Computer America Show. Yes, it's Monday. We made it. Start another week. Had a slight schedule change. Otherworld Computing was scheduled to be here tonight. We're going to have them rescheduled to a different night, probably later on in the month. Probably not until August. They're going to be back on the show. But certainly looking forward to having Otherworld Computing back on the program with us. It's just not happening tonight. And so in the meantime, we have someone new that we're going to be talking to. And
Hey, I'm not new.
Minutes until showtime.
no, I wasn't talking about Ben, of course, my co-host.
Oh.
Ben, of course, on our new schedule shift. He's on. He co-hosts with me Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is certified ethical hacker Charles Tendell. And we have Gadget Girl on here tonight. That's right. It's going to be an interesting hour. She's got a lot of fun things to talk about, and we're going to be interviewing her in the first hour. And of course, hour two, computer and technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. So I'll sit back, relax, and we'll be starting the show in about 3.5 minutes. So there we go.
Well, this is a nice trend.
What?
You know, Tesla was the first one to put up their fast electric car charging stations.
3 minutes until showtime.
Well, BMW just put theirs out, so it seems like the whole problem with the chicken and the egg thing is getting solved.
Really?
Wait, yeah, you know, electric cars, chicken and egg. It was no one drives electric cars because there are no charging stations, and then
That's right.
there are no charging stations because there are no electric cars. So I guess electric cars are plentiful enough that the charging stations are coming.
That's good. That's good. I think electric cars are the way to go.
They'll be probably as ubiquitous as gas stations in a couple of years.
Well, it might be more than a couple, but certainly they will start to.
Well,
technically, every gas station has the potential to be.
yeah, exactly.
They just put one of those charger units in there.
Like it's not like they're gonna have to dismantle half the gas stations and put in electric stations. They're just gonna add on to.
I would think so. I mean, that would make the most sense. And
2 minutes until showtime.
you don't have to crack the concrete open and put in huge storage tanks. It's not that doesn't work that. It's just a simple wiring.
Bingo.
Yeah, and you're done. And most all these places are wired already, so I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do it.
They will.
Yeah. There's Addison. To make him operator status. There he is.
We don't have to worry about logging into the chat room and crashing anymore.
Yeah, God, that's a relief. Oh, yeah, that add-on chat. It's just, I mean, I love it the way it works, but it's just too squirrely with that Java.
One minute until showtime.
Okay, I make you. Okay, you now have operator status. All right, stand by. Here we go. One last check. Gadget Girl, you're with us?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Broadcasting live. It's America's longest-running national radio talk show on computers, Computer America. Hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. Look for Craig's weekly column in your favorite newspaper. This show is being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. Keep it here for technology news, computer products, guest interviews, and your phone calls. You're listening to Computer America.
Hello and welcome into the Computer America Show. It's the nation's longest-running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. Computer America is heard around the world and coast to coast. And I'm your host,
the great and powerful Craig Crossman.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
Ben. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Long weekend. So how are things going for you?
Things are going well. Some of you may have picked up that my voice is a slightly different tone.
Yes, you've reached puberty now.
Yeah, not quite. Maybe the virus inside me has, but when I filled in last Wednesday, if you were watching the after the show video part, I told everyone on there that I was getting something. So we actually had a camera set on me the entire weekend at Computer America, and they watched me get the flu, the debilitating stages of the flu. And now I'm almost cured of the flu. So
oh, good. Well, you
one of
sound
the small features at Computer America that are hidden in there. You just got to sort through it to find it.
Nah, yeah, exactly. If you hadn't mentioned anything, I wouldn't have noticed it. Raise your hands. How many people noticed that Ben had something wrong with his throat? See, not even one.
Just one.
Yeah, just one. Okay, so see, broadcast radio, you can count how many people holding their hands up. No, I think you sound fine. You sound a little more mature, and sophisticated, a little more suave and debonair.
Today on C-SPAN.
Exactly. No, I mean, you sound fine. And but
does this just mean that when you grow up, just everyone has head colds? It's just
it could be, yeah. Actually, they sound like this, and they get down like that.
I guess that's it. It's just everyone's just feeling great, and then 25 hits, and just oh man.
Oh, over the weekend I saw Lucy.
Oh yeah, that crazy movie.
Yeah, I saw the movie.
How'd that go?
It was enjoyable. Great special effects. I thought it had a weak ending. I enjoyed it. I thought the ending was a little weak. Luc Besson. He did the Fifth Element. He did some really good movies. I was just a little disappointed in the end. When it finished, I went, "That's it? There's nothing else." And so I was a little disappointed. But other than that, I thought the movie was a good ride, and it was a lot of fun. And I do recommend it. I gave 3 stars out of 5. I would give you. But definitely go see it. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth seeing.
Okay then.
Okay, I did not get to see the other one, which is Hercules with The Rock, but maybe I'll see that this weekend. I don't know.
And I haven't even looked up the box office or anything like that. Did see the trailer for Mad Max.
Mad Max? You mean the old Mel Gibson movie?
They have a new one coming out by the same director with much higher quality.
Is it
I remember the one in the 80s was kind of cheesy and Sci-Fi Channel-ish.
This
Mad Max is highest budget possible you can get.
Is it still Mel Gibson?
It's not Mel Gibson. It's different actors, but just from the video I saw, my word, that is an amazing trailer.
Maybe Mel Gibson could play the father of Mad Max.
No, I didn't see that either. But I mean, if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Mad Max, or you were not a fan of Mad Max, it's definitely worth checking out. It is crazy good.
That was the very first one was really cheap. Then they made the second one, and then the Beyond Thunderdome, and they improved them as each one got a little bit more production. But yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. They bring it like RoboCop. They put a lot of money.
Oh, don't say it. No, the first RoboCop was really good. The second one, awful.
You saw it? Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet. So
the new reboot. See, the problem with that one was it was PG-13.
Oh, okay.
If you remember the original,
was
that was not PG-13.
Oh no, it was not. It was a lot more violence and. Well, a reboot's not always the best thing, but sometimes they are. I mean, look at the reboot of Superman. I thought that's the best Superman movie I've ever seen. The Man of Steel.
Reboot of Superman, reboot of Batman, and the reboot of Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, well, that's coming out. That's going to be the sequel I'm looking for with who's playing Batman? Oh, come on, Daredevil. You know,
Oh,
Ben Affleck. Ben
oh
Affleck.
yeah, it was the preview for Mad Max, and then they have a new preview for Deadpool.
Oh, that was the Clint Eastwood movie.
No, Deadpool is a comic book character
Oh, okay.
who's kind of sarcastic, witty. He's kind of like Spider-Man mixed with Wolverine, mixed with he's really sarcastic and funny.
Mhm.
And they have Ryan Reynolds playing him, and that trailer was
Like
amazing too.
everything Ryan Reynolds is in. You're a huge.
You
Ryan.
have to see it. It is funny.
Okay, I just know that you're Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I like him. He's good. I was great Green Lantern.
He plays a great sarcastic character.
Yeah, he's very good at that. He's actually very, very good at that.
So I mean, this role is very good for him.
And
We should probably talk about more of this in the second hour.
yeah, I think we will. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna. I think what we'll do is we have, as I said, we have a very interesting guest this hour, and so if nothing else, let's introduce her. Okay.
I don't think we've put it off long enough.
Gadget Girl, she's got
Tonight on the show, we have Gadget Girl. Considered the techno scout of gadgets, she presents the newest in technology in a unique, fun, and entertaining way. From kitchen gadgets, digital cameras, cell phones, gaming devices, travel gadgets, and VoIP technology, she loves sharing her latest and greatest with television and radio audiences across the country. Gadget Girl, welcome into Computer America.
Oh, thank you so much. And you know, Ben, I was going to ask you, do you know the name of the new Mad Max movie? Do you know what they're going to call it? Because I think it should be called Really Mad Max.
You're muted.
And it should have.
Really Mad Max. That's just seeing from the trailer, that would be an appropriate title.
Really Mad Max. Angry Max.
Really Mad Max.
Or Angry Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Angry Max. So that'll be the Angry Birds Angry Max.
Perturbed Max.
Yeah, or Mad Max.
It's a Mad Max. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, the titles keep coming on. But anyway, Gadget Girl. So, let me just ask you this real. Are you the Gadget Girl?
Yes, I am. And there's an interesting story behind that. I was doing stand-up comedy in L.A. in 1996, and I saw people doing product segments, and I thought I could do that funny. And I've always liked technology. Mm-hmm. So I knew that, no one else had, done anything even close to this, so I created the character of Gadget Girl. So I am the Gadget Girl. I am the original Gadget Girl on the planet, and I've had to take all kinds of other Gadget Girls down. That's been interesting over the years. And, so I'm it. I'm the one.
So it's a little different than doing stand-up comedy, isn't it?
It's not really. I'm funny and I talk about gadgets. I mean, as long as I educate people, in terms of technology, there's nothing wrong with being funny at the same time. I have a million wacky stories of things. If you have a second,
sure,
maybe I can tell you a couple.
Absolutely, let's hear.
So I did a talk. Yeah, I did, and these are all live shows. So I did a talk show up in Portland, and I had a stalker, and I don't think you've really arrived unless you've got a stalker, right? So there was a guy, he was in the front row, and he was wearing a gold lame tuxedo and a beanie copter. And he was yelling, Gadget Girl, Gadget Girl. And I said, hey, if you're into me, you got a problem. I don't know what your deal is, buddy, but, he was just constantly asking for my phone number. And you never know nowadays if somebody's nuts or, you just don't know, right?
Yeah.
So on this particular show, there were 2 live cheetahs. And then I did a segment, and then after me there was a reincarnated Dalai Lama. So when I got on the show, I said, wow, 2 cheetahs and a llama, what are the odds? And the llama guy thought it was pretty funny. He was a nice guy. Yeah. So I hightailed it out of Portland and got away from the stalker and the llama
and here you are.
And the cheetahs.
And here you are.
And here I am.
Yes, a Gadget Girl. Gadget Girl. Do people stop you in the street? Do they recognize you? I mean,
yeah. Well, I have some pretty wild hair because it's all about the hair.
Yeah, it is.
And
we would have
we
would have shown the hair tonight too, but unfortunately, we were having some technical glitches. We wanted to get Gadget Girl on the live video stream, but and everything was set up,
right.
and your network is down. So Go
My
figure.
network is down. Yeah. Fancy that. It's the other Gadget girls, man. They're out to get me.
Yeah, it could be.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Well, we'll have you
Gotta be
back.
that.
We'll have you back again, and the next time, of course, we'll be able to see you. I understand you have some,
Yeah.
you have this kind of wild hair look about you, which is typical of the Gadget girl, which is good, and
Right.
So,
Right. Why not?
exactly. So, what we're going to do tonight in this hour is we're going to kind of wing it in the sense that, because normally what we were going to have Gadget Girl do is talk about items, and she was going to display them so you could watch them on the live Computer America video streaming page. But since her network is down, we're just calling into her, so we can't really see any of that. But we'll still obviously describe them to you, and you can take a look at them yourself. So let's do this. If we're talking about what we're talking about, and if anybody has a question for Gadget Girl, you can give a call at 347-884-8881. That's 347-884-8881. I'll get you through. Email is live, L-I-V-E, at computeramerica.com. You can also join us in our live interactive IRC chat room from our homepage at computeramerica.com. You'll see the button that says chat room/video. Just click it. It'll ask you for a username. Put that in. That's the name it'll be known by when you go in there. It'll ask you it has a CAPTCHA, so you have to put what you see on the screen. It's a number or word, 2 words. Click the connect button, and your browser will take you right into the IRC chat room via the website, or if you have something like Chatzilla, some of the little plugins you can use, it formats it looks even nicer. You can do it that way too. But no Java. Thank you. I hate Java. This is one of the reasons why we moved away. No more Java on the chat room.
You guys.
Yes.
You guys.
Yes.
Before we start, can I just tell you a really quick story?
Sure.
Just really quick.
Sure.
Because I just have to tell you this, because this was back in 1998, and Java is what it reminded me of. I was at a conference, and I was one of the last people at the conference, and there was this engineer guy who was on the stage. He got up there with his Windows machine, and he typed in system config, and he started messing up that file. And there were 3 of us in the audience, and we all went, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that. You can't mess up that file." So he did. He messed up that file, and then he looked at us and said, "Oh, I think I'll just go back." He, and I don't have his name, I'm sorry, he was the inventor of the restore feature in Windows.
Oh.
Okay?
Cool.
I knew he was going to, and I told him, I said, "You're going to make $1 billion because Windows needs this desperately." So he did. Yeah. He sold it to Windows, and and I was the first person to write about it.
There you go.
Nobody else even knew about that.
Do you remember his name?
I don't. I'm sorry, but it was 98. It was around 98, but
okay.
Brilliant.
All right.
Really brilliant.
Well, there you go.
I love that too.
Yeah.
I love finding that guy in his garage doing something that nobody else is doing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, there were a lot of those out there, and all the ones that you hear about, though, you don't hear about the ones you don't hear about that don't make it, but the ones that do make it, it's right. So let's talk about some of the gadgets that you found here. I know we have a number of them, and we originally were going to put them up in a Google Docs document, but that didn't happen. So what I'll do is, if you go to today's show, you go to our show notes page. It's the 28th of July, and you'll see it right there. You'll see Gadget Girl, and we have a link to her website, so you can see everything that we're talking about on her website, gadgetgirl.com. And when I say girl, it's spelled Grrl, Gadget Girl. So and the
reason for that is because GRRL, those were all early adopter girls on the online. Web Girl, Geek Girl, we all started at the same time. Just a little bit of computer history.
It's Grrl, Grrl, not girl.
All the GRRL. Yeah, it's not a militant thing. Trust me.
A lot of gurring in there. Okay. Well, all right. It's like that. So let's start off with this first one. This is kind of interesting. It's called phone soap. And when I first looked at a picture of this thing, I said, "What the heck is that?" I mean, it's this. It looks very, very unusual. Yeah. But tell us about this.
It is fantastic. First of all, just so that you get a visual on this, this is sort of like, it looks like a little tanning bed for your cell phone. Okay? It will fit a larger Galaxy, Samsung, that sort of phone, or it'll fit an iPhone.
Mhm.
But essentially, it couldn't be easier. You put your smartphone into the device, you close it, wait about 2 minutes, something like that,
Mhm.
and then open it, and it is cleaned from bacteria. And
Really?
look at their website, because they've done all kinds of scientific research to prove that the thing actually works. But it's really, really, because cell phones are filthy. I mean, think about, what people do with their cell phones and how, often they touch their cell phones.
Well, they
Right?
they show a petri dish before and after how
Mhm.
effective phone soap charger, and the one the before
Right.
it's like it reminds me of moldy bread. It looks awful, and then
Right.
the one on the right looks completely clear. Um,
Right. Right.
and
It's an amazing device. Yeah,
but it charges
I really like it.
It charges the phone in addition to cleaning it.
Correct.
And
Correct.
how long does it take to clean the phone? About
2 minutes, something like that.
Oh.
I mean, nothing.
okay.
See,
Yeah.
now
And let me
that's
correct you on, Craig.
Yeah,
Craig, let me correct you on that, because no, it does not charge it.
it does not.
You can put it in. Yeah, no, it does not. It cleans it.
It says
Simply cleans
it says the only phone charger that cleans while it charges. So you charge your phone every day. but-
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, your device is charging while it's in there,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's not charging. I mean, maybe
yeah.
on different.
The device is charged. Like you can plug it into your computer and then plug it into this device, but the device itself is not charging your phone and cleaning it.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Got
It's just cleaning it.
I see.
And I also want you to know that on some phones, because I asked about this, whether or not you can put it in. Because what I did, because I'm like a germaphobe, I put it in with the case,
Mhm.
and then took the case off and put it in without the case.
All right. So and
So that they both got cleaned. Yeah.
and actually, that's a good thing that it doesn't charge it, because that means you can take your existing charging cord with whatever kind of plug it has and kind of thread it into this device, and then it'll work with any phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas
Right.
otherwise,
Right.
because if it was a charger, then you would have to have the right plug for it, and that doesn't make any sense. So that actually worked
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So and again,
Yeah, and it's all about the clean. It's all about the clean.
okay.
So
All right. So and
that's
this
what it's doing.
and this sells for about $60.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
I think it's great because, to my knowledge, and Ben, maybe you can correct me, to my knowledge, I don't think there's anything else out there doing this. You know of anything else? I don't.
You can use soap and water, but that's a one-time solution.
Yeah.
And it's really
Yeah.
not good for your phone.
And
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is, smartphones. Ever since smartphones have, come out, because I'm sure magazines and books replace it for this reason. But going to the bathroom, let's face it, smartphones are the new companion now.
Ugh.
So I know it's kind of gross, but it's a
Let's go there,
fact.
shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to. I was just watching this thing on Dr. Oz. Yes, I watch him. My wife watches him actually, so I
Shame.
I pick up but they're blaming all these things on MERS now that you used to only catch in the hospital. Now you can start getting it home, and you can get it from your phone, and who knows what else. So you got to be careful.
Right.
So why not be extra careful and use something like this? Hey, it's only $60, and
Right.
it's certainly worth it.
Phones are essentially doorknobs that you're carrying around in your pocket and holding up to your face every day. Your hands are on everything and then all over your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but think about the handoff when you hand your phone to somebody else.
I never hand my phone to. I would.
Taking your photo and doing all right.
Oh, I
you
would
know.
never hand my phone to anybody. My phone, it's
Mm.
sacrilege.
Craig,
Yes.
I've snuck in and held your phone.
Yeah, I get really major cootie attacks when somebody asks me to take a picture of them, because you're handling their phone.
I would say
You
yes,
know?
but I would first put on the sterile gloves, in front of that, and then reach.
Oh, that doesn't make you look crazy.
So sure, I'll take your picture. Just wait a minute. Pull out the rubber glove and
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so let's go to the next thing. This is This is kind of interesting. It's called the iRing.
Oh, yes, these are, and again, this is something that I don't think is out there. I love music. I like recording music. In fact, I've written all kinds of songs about being on the road. I have a song that I wrote called TSNA, and it's about, going through security, and the refrain is "Thank you for touching me there," and it's a pretty funny song. So I like recording music, right? So these Ring devices, and I'm going to try to describe them because visually it's a lot easier, but I'll try and do this. So these are plastic pieces that fit between your ring finger and, let's say, your middle finger, and then you would wear them on either hand.
Okay.
And the dots that are on these devices are motion detectors that work with an app on your iPad or your iPhone. And so you have this software that you can control. And what's really, really cool about these is, let's say you're a DJ, and it's so tedious to watch a DJ just fiddling with, knobs, or in this case, pressing things on his iPad or on his computer. This is like in midair. It's really, it's really impressive that you can make all this music just waving your hands around with these little green things between your fingers. It's very, very cool stuff.
It looks so. Now, by the way, I've made an editorial decision here. I'm actually, if you go to our show notes, I've just posted all the links of the things that we're talking about here tonight. They're actually up now. That gets as the name of the products. You see the web link. You can click right on it, and the pricing of it. So it's all up there in our show notes. And we just had them posted on it. So okay, so now so you're saying if you're a musician, this is something that
because you can compose, right? Because you can compose music, and you can also create loops, do DJ stuff. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with the apps that you download from the company, as well as these devices, these things that you wear on, between your fingers. And another thing I should point out, they're very comfortable. It's not like they're really awkward to wear. So they don't go around your fingers. They go between your fingers.
Right. So you can pick them up immediately. So you have all these gestures. For example, you can take your hand and rotate your hand palm up to palm down. Now, while you're doing all this, what are you seeing on the iPad or on the iPhone? Is there some sort of display that's going on that's reflecting what you're doing?
Right. There's an interface with all kinds. Again, there's various things that you can do. If you're creating a loop, let's say you're swiping up, for an upbeat tempo kind of thing, or you're swiping across to get some other sort of reaction. I mean, it's just, I think it's really, really fun because you're creative. It's kind of like, Nintendo for musicians. Only way, way better than Guitar Pro, or anything like that. This is just, you can really be creative with these. That's why I like them.
So you actually,
and $25 is nothing.
No, and you actually, so you see the images on the iPad, for example, as you're moving your hand here.
Right.
And depending upon the gesture.
I mean, you're exactly. So you're composing, and then say after you're done composing, then you're facilitating it, as a DJ or however you want to play it. That's what's so. I just love these things. I think they're very, very nice.
Instead of spinning a record or something like you see a DJ do, now you're doing this virtually with this ring and your hands, and you're actually doing all those gestures to make it do what it was.
Right. Well, not only that, but I think if you're going to pay a DJ, this is much more entertaining than just watching somebody just scratch on a record.
Yeah.
Because that's so old school. You know what I mean? Just about anybody can do that, but this is pretty new technology.
Okay,
it's like they're a conductor with these things too.
Now, what does it sell for? It sells
very cool.
Sells for how much? $25.
It's $25 for the rings. Yeah.
How many rings do you get? You get one ring.
Yeah, and
you get one ring for $25.
No, there's two.
There's two. You get two rings.
Two.
Okay, you get a white one and a green one.
The ones that I'm sitting here with are both green.
Okay, and
And
one,
then they've got these black.
one for your left hand and one for your right hand, I would guess.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they've got these black sensors that are built into these devices that read the app.
Yeah, what it looks
Right.
like it has
With
like
the
three
movement.
has three dots across on one of them, and the other one's got like a little face, two dots for the eyes and one for the mouth or something. So it's like a
Right. Nobody would ever know what you're doing either.
and maybe you wouldn't want them to know what you're doing. Could be.
And you could do it anywhere.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could do this. You could be in a library and no one would know what you're doing.
That's true.
Because you could just put on headphones and compose all this music.
But people would look at these strange.
Well, you wouldn't know what you're doing, but I mean, they're probably thinking that's something that shouldn't be done in a library. Just waving your hands around.
Nobody goes to libraries except the homeless, I swear.
Did you know there are more libraries in the United States than there are McDonald's?
No, I did not know that.
Really?
True fact.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know. I was too.
Do they have
I
drive
thought
up?
they were vacant.
And they have drive up windows. You can order a book or something.
Not quite.
No. Okay. Well, but there. Where did you pick up that little tidbit of information, Ben? Then there are more libraries than McDonald's.
Internet.
Okay, and you believe everything you read on the internet, of course. Okay. All right.
I can find a source. Just give me a minute.
All right.
All right, we're talking to Gadget Girl here, and we're talking about some of these things. This next one looks really intriguing. This is called this is from Griffin Technology. Griffin Technologies. They have some amazing things. They've been around for a very long time, and we've had them on the show many times in the past. This is something called their Power Dock 5. This sells for about $100. Tell us about this.
So picture. Well, first of all, you know how often you have to charge things, like constantly, right? Your iPads, your iPhones, your Androids, they're just... And by the way, I mean, battery life, that is I think that's the biggest trend right now. If they can figure out the battery life, then they'll really be doing something. So this is a flat... It's just a flat surface, and it's got these... these partitions in that allow you to put in up to 5 devices. There are only 4 USB slots, however, so you could have an extra device that maybe you swap out every once in a while to charge. Now, I like the fact that all the USB slots are on one side. So say, for example, you have it on a desk. It keeps all your cords coming out from the same direction. So they're not going, left, right, all over the place. And I also like the fact that you can adjust the partitions. So if you have a larger device that you want to charge, as opposed to a thinner one or smaller one, you can adjust the partitions to make room for those.
How do they aren't there slots built into it, or you can move the...
Yeah, the partitions go in these slots. So, but what I'm saying is that you can adjust them. They're not hard, they aren't permanently in their slot.
I see. Okay.
It's nice to be able to adapt, for a bigger device.
Yeah, okay. Power Dock 5 sells for $100, $99.99. And again, available from Griffin Technology. And again, if you want to see any of these, we have them on our show notes page at computeramerica.com. We have the links there so you can check them out. And it works with again, it doesn't really matter what the device uses for a plug-in because you're not using anything that's on it. It's just managing the existing power cables that you have, charging cables.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's nice and neat. I've seen several other charging stations, and they're not as compact as this one.
Yeah.
Some of them, for whatever reason, they seem to feel that they need to have all this lift for the iPad, so that the iPad is, back in the back, and that's higher than all the other devices, and that's not really necessary.
Right. Okay.
You're just charging it. Yeah. It's not like you're using it you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly.
So I kind of like this one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're talking to Gadget Girl here on the Computer America Show. 347-884-8881. I'll get you on and get you through. We're going to take a little break. And then we'll continue on with gadgets that Gadget Girl finds for us here on the Computer America Show. You listen to the Computer America Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network, on the Boost Radio Network, on the IRN Radio Network. We will be right back. New news tips bulletin, too.
Hey, everyone. Have you heard about the No hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host, Cheryl, for No hair removal.
Thanks. Hey, gals, I love talking about my No. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No has patented Thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the No, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible No hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5415. That's 800-953-5415. 800-953-5415.
Looking for a best friend? Brother Wolf Animal Rescue has your best friend waiting just for you. The mission is to protect and enhance the lives of companion animals and the people who love them. Their no-kill rescue shelter is open year-round, making it easy for people to adopt their best new friend. This year, Brother Wolf will find homes for over 2,400 orphan dogs, puppies, cats, and kittens. All have ended up as an orphan through no fault of their own. Brother Wolf has created a safe, nurturing environment where these special animals can heal emotionally and physically until they find a lifelong home. Their life-saving transport program brings dogs and puppies from overcrowded shelters in the south to rescues in the north where homes are easier to find. Brother Wolf Animal Rescue is a 501c3 organization. To learn more about their life-saving work and to make a donation, visit their website at www.bwar.org. That's www.bwar.org. Help to realize Brother Wolf's vision when no animal is euthanized for lack of a home.
Who's a good boy?
Oh, hello. This is Marty Winston for Computer America with a news tips bulletin review of the Tenda Wireless AC1200 Wi-Fi dongle. And by dongle, we mean it plugs into USB and just sits there. Now, if you build a lot of PCs, and we're building yet another Windows PC, and you don't feel like dragging a wire across the floor to hook it up to the internet, you can get a USB dongle, a Tenda W900U wireless AC1200 dual band, that's important, USB adapter, meaning 802.11.AC is ours, just by plugging it in and installing its drivers. That second 5 gigahertz band allows almost triple the throughput, and every new install seems to suck the internet dry with downloads and updates. So we decided to lose a little weight, W-A-I-T, weight. It works. The Tenda Wireless AC1200 Wi-Fi dongle lets you plug into higher speed Wi-Fi and get done sooner. This is Marty Winston with a news tips bulletin review for Computer America.
Welcome back to the Computer America Show. Thank you, Marty Winston, for that. And also, thank you for clarifying what a dongle was. It's I feel like not enough people know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have the Gadget Girl here with us, and we're talking about a bunch of gadgets that she's been trying out. And by the way, do you have hands-on with all these, or are you just kind of looking around reviews and, kind of making assumptions?
No, I have hands-on. Yeah, hands-on.
Oh, cool.
I have reviewed all of these that I'm telling you about. And by the way, do you know when dongles first appeared?
When's that?
You know the year of the dongle?
No.
2002
seems like a dongle year.
Yeah, I know.
The year of the dongle?
I don't. Yeah, the year of the dongle. I want to say 2003 or 4. But maybe there's a listener out there who knows the year of the dongle. And wouldn't that be a great band name?
I didn't know the dongle.
The year of the dongle, I like that.
I don't know dongles
Yeah,
had a year.
year of the dongle, yeah.
No,
but I think it's an interesting question because I can't remember, really. I know they appeared with some mega software. I remember that was when I first started seeing them.
Mhm.
You know, architectural software and stuff like that, CAD programs and all kinds of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So I want to say 2003, I want to say 2004 in there. So
No.
maybe somebody knows.
Okay. We can always Google
Yeah.
it. When was the year of the dongle? I'm sure we can find it. All right. Well,
I would assume when USB got popular, it would have to be somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to continue on here. This next item is called the Jackery air external battery. What is this?
Right. And, well, first I want to preface this. I was on a plane with an engineer who was telling me that he had been working on battery life for 2 years for smartphones, you know, et cetera, all kinds of devices. And that's why something like the Jackery Air is so important.
No, wait a minute.
First of all, before I even...
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep bumping into all these interesting people. You know, I met an engineer. I was on a plane. I mean, do these people know who you are, and that's why they open up to you, or they just figure, no, I have to see this girl. I'm just going to be impress her.
Yeah, well, we start talking, and then we find out, you know, what do you do, what do I do, you know, so on and so forth, and and I don't know, I just meet a lot of interesting people.
All right.
And I'm interested in people, so you know,
so you met
I like meeting people. So
you met this
anyway,
engineer?
what I was going to say first and foremost about these, there's several different models. That the Jackery, there's a Jackery Air, there's a Jackery Mini, but what I first and foremost, before anything, they have this really just brushed orange color, and I love that because you can so easily find them at the bottom of your laptop case, because so often external batteries or external hard drives, you lose them all the time because they're black or silver, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This bright orange, you're never going to lose. I mean, you can see this a mile away, but it's not gaudy. It's really kind of a cool color. It's very different. Having said that, what I also like about these, aside from the fact that they really work, they give you a ton of battery time. So you're not in an airport plugging into the wall. You know, I mean, they finally wised up and they have charging stations, but oftentimes you're at a smaller airport, you have to sidle up to the one little, you know, outlet against the wall, and that's kind of a drag.
Anyone who knows what an Apple iPhone 5 or a 5S, either one, looks like, they're gonna know this looks like it's virtually the same shape and dimension of the phone.
Right.
Without a screen.
Right.
Yeah, but it looks pretty much the same thickness. It looks very much like the iPhone 5S. Except now it does have it has this little color, this little thing on the bottom corner of it. What is that? That round thing. What is that?
That is an LED light that you press so that you can see when you're charging and when you need to be charged.
Okay.
Like when this particular device needs to be charged. Yeah, I mean, I can't impress upon you enough how cool these things are. They're just very slick, very, very nice.
Does the color stay the same?
For a battery.
It looks like one the thing is green, but then another picture looks like it's blue. Another picture looks like it's gray. Is there some significance to the color of that semicircle, or?
Right. Well, the LED has 3 different colors to indicate when you're charging or discharging.
Okay.
So that you know where you're at on the so it's not just going in, or you know, you can tell what's happening with your battery.
Very nice.
So I think they're essential. If you travel a lot, these are really important to have.
Yeah.
Or students.
How
students
fast
would like these too.
How fast will it charge an iPhone? I mean, how long does it take, or how much time does it add to it?
You know, I didn't actually time it, but it was not very long. I want to say 10 minutes. Something like that.
Well, according to the literature, it says it adds 20 extra hours of talk time or 2 full charges to your iPhone.
Of your iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically,
that's what I found. And
200%
the Mini
extra life.
Doesn't give. I'm sorry.
The Mini doesn't give it, but this one gives you gives you a 200% extra battery life. Is what it's saying.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And
yeah, they're very nice little batteries. Yeah.
now it works with several phones. It works with the Samsung Galaxy 5 S5 charger, the S4 car charger. It works with a lot of different phones. The iPhone 5, 5C, 5S. So obviously you want to make sure that you have which one, that it makes sure that it supports the phone that you have before you purchase it. Something like this sells for it sells for what?
Well, the Jackery Air is $59.95, and the Mini is $19.95.
Wow.
I mean, the way I look at this is if you're not playing videos all day, and you can go with the Mini, just to give you a quick charge. But if you're watching movies and you're on a plane, on a long distance plane ride, I think the Air is a better way to go.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it uses a lithium-ion battery, right? Standby time up to 6 months after fully charged. So, and over the life of the battery, you get about 500 plus recharge cycles over the life of the battery. And they're calling it the world's thinnest external battery charger. Very, very nice. Okay. So again, the Jackery Air.
Have you guys seen these? Have you seen these?
Just the picture.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before this.
Yeah.
And you can see a picture of it too. Just look at our show notes at computeramerica.com, and you can see the link there, and you can check it out for yourself. The Jackery Air external battery that we're talking about. Okay, so let's continue on. This next one is called the iHangy case for iPhone. What is that? Okay.
Okay. Well, this is a case that you put your iPhone in, and you can wear it around your neck. Now, what's unique about this particular case, I don't usually get all excited over lanyards, but this particular lanyard it's kind of this soft plastic. It's really almost velvet into the touch, and very malleable. It's just real easy to wear. And the case itself has a rubberized plastic. There's a hard plastic, and then there's a rubberized plastic to hold your. What's really very cool about this little guy is it has this. It's kind of half the size of a regular stylus, and that's on this case as well. And so this would be perfect for travel. It'd be perfect if you go to a lot of trade shows. Then you could have your phone, around your neck as opposed to in a pocket or, some case around your belt, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a really cool little case. I really like it. Which, speaking of which, I have to tell you another story, just really, really quick.
Yeah.
About you. Do you remember CES? I mean, CES, right?
Of course, we were out there. Yeah, we were out
all the time,
CES.
right?
Yeah, we're out there.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So I was there one year, and this woman had mortgaged her house to buy a booth at the show. And there was another woman who was slathered in buttons who came up to this woman, and she was giving away these little furry kind of ball things. I don't really know what they were. And at CES, you have to pretty much, I mean, I've seen guys that put a fishing wire around a pen and pull it back because people just take everything. So this woman slathered in buttons came up and took all of these furry things this woman was giving away. And then she looked at us and said, I come to this show. That's what, and I thought, wow. Yeah, we're not at the Consumer Electronics Show. We're at the craft show where we get our craft supplies.
Well, there you go.
So
yeah,
I felt sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy that people will do that, but not surprising, I guess.
I actually saw a quote press person up in the press room with those baskets that the post office gives you.
Yes.
Those when you're out of town.
Sure.
Okay. So he had one of those. This is in January because that's when the show is, and he was printing Christmas cards, hundreds and hundreds of Christmas cards. I mean, hey, whatever. There's a lot of wacky things at CES.
So what is this Stop Breathe and Think app? What is this?
Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. This is such a cool app. So this was actually developed by one of the people behind this is Katie Lang, you know, the singer.
Yes, amazing singer Katie Lang. I mean, she's just
Yeah. Okay, so she and a bunch of other people got together and created this app. Now, the deal with this app is, first of all, and so what the app asks you to do is to kind of check in. So it'll ask you a series of questions. How do you feel? It'll ask you, are you sad, glad, mad, angry, you know, so on and so forth, right? And then after you answer those questions, then it will give you a specific meditation to do to, you know, to help you with whatever, you know, mood you're in at that time. And then it tracks it. So like, say, for example, a week you've been feeling really kind of meh, you know, it just tries to adapt to whatever mood you're in, you know, during that week. Very cool. Yeah, and it's a guided meditation. So for people that don't know how to meditate or who have never meditated, this is perfect. And it's like 5 minutes. So again, you could do this, you know, almost anywhere, you know, riding the subway.
Oh, very cool. All right. Stop, breathe, and think app.
So yeah, it's a great app.
So let's getting back to this hardware here. This is something called the Base Jump 2, which I guess it must have been a Base Jump 1, but Base Jump 2, what is this?
Okay, so 12 South, very cool company. I've been reviewing their stuff for years. This particular device enhances your bass. So you plug this into your desktop or you would plug it into your laptop, and this is particularly good for gamers or people who are watching movies, because I think, you know, to really enjoy that sort of media, you have to amp up the bass. And that's what this device will do.
Well,
very nice.
It looks like the size of a Mac Mini, you know, small.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's pretty much the size of it. Yeah.
But what this is it's a USB powered subwoofer. Now, so this is now anyone who doesn't know what a subwoofer is, you know, if you get a pair, you have your, you know, left and right speakers, you might even have surround sound. A subwoofer is this speaker that goes on the floor, basically sits on the floor, and that's what it kind of rattles your teeth. It gives a really low bass, you know, and it just it just enhances the overall experience, the audio experience. So with a subwoofer,
right?
And so what they're doing here is they're still using the built-in speakers that you're using now, but this subwoofer combines the sound coming from the built-in, let's say, your MacBook speakers, and this gives you the extra bass boost. So the result is you get a really dramatically improved sound coming out of your MacBook, which is quite clever. And the speaker the subwoofer actually is directed up. It looks like you have it sitting on your table or your desk, and the speaker is you know, the bass speaker points up and it enhances the bass. So you get this really interesting effect. Have you tried this? Have you listened to it?
Yeah, I use it all the time. I think it's great because, like I said, if you want to listen, you know, especially if you have a lot of games that you're playing or want to listen to some movies, like you're really Mad Max, you know, you plug it in, you're good to go.
It's 5 inches wide, 5 inches deep, and about two and a quarter inches high. So it gives you an idea. So it's sort of like a rectangle, and it's enclosed in an aluminum case. It looks very, very nice, and plugs into any USB. It plugs in, and you're ready to rock and roll. So
it also comes with a Velcro case. So that you could easily carry it with your laptop, you know, if you're going over to a friend's or something.
Sure.
Or in a dorm room. It's perfect for a dorm room.
All right.
Really good for that.
All right, and this sells for, again, $70, right? Reasonable, right?
Yep.
$69.99? Okay. Base Jump. Again, you can see all these at our show notes page at computeramerica.com. So let's go again. I'm looking at some of these things at GadgetGrrl.com, and Grrl spent GRRL, GadgetGrrl, GRRL.com, and I'm looking at some of the things that you have here on your homepage, and a couple of things that I'm looking at. You have this Withings wireless blood pressure monitor. Tell us about this.
Right. Withings. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, they've come out with a lot of the trend right now is to do all kinds of health monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see bands that people are wearing to monitor their blood pressure, their pulse, how many steps they're taking. So many people have to monitor their blood pressure, and this is a great way of doing it, as opposed to having to plug something into your iPhone, iPad, you know, whatever your device is. This, you just put it on the morning via Bluetooth, and you're good to go. You can take it anytime, anywhere.
But
nice.
It's completely wireless, is what you're saying. So you just put it on your arm.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. There's a built-in compressor. The way it works is this really compact built-in compressor. So all you have to do is there's a Velcro sleeve. You put it around your arm, and the compressor will automatically, you know, start pumping the thing up to take your blood pressure. I mean, it does, you know, really foolproof. Anybody can do that.
And again, there's an app. So the app actually shows you your systolic and diastolic. It gives you your heart rate, so you can see where you are. And
right.
It looks.
And
like
they have that company, Withings. They have a whole series of monitoring. They have a scale that will automatically upload your results from your scale via Bluetooth to their software. So you can easily, with several of their devices, be inputting your pulse, your weight, your blood pressure. I mean, you know, you can have a whole medical exam, right? You know, in your bedroom before you start your day.
Very, very nice.
And
all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'm looking at the website here. There's a number of things here. One of the things that you have here is called the Belkin Thunderstorm Handheld Home Theater. What is this thing?
Right. Okay, so because I'm not, you know, visually there, I'll try and explain this to you. This is a case that you insert your iPad into, and it's a really snug fitting case. I can't impress upon you enough how snug this thing is. And basically, it has a stand in the back, and then which is the cover, and you can just fold it in weight. You know, the flap around cover that you're used to seeing on the iPad. Yeah, so this one configures in the back to enable you to use it as a stand. But what it is, it's a sound bar, essentially.
Oh.
It's a home theater for your iPad. So again, amplifying the sound so that you're not just listening to the sound, you know, off your iPad. You're getting a much better sound.
How good is it?
For your,
I mean, what kind of?
I think it's very good. It's not surround sound, and I don't think they claim it to be surround. I mean, it's small, you know, so it's not going to be that. But what's nice is that it's all inclusive, so that it's not, you know, you know, separate devices.
Sure.
It's you know, it's all in one.
And and your iPad just clips, just fits into this, and
it fits really, really nicely in there.
It's got a back
very good fit.
It's got a back stand, and then and then it looks like you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now, this next product is more of a software product, and I know we've had them on the show before, but I'd like to get your bent on this. Dragon Dictate 4. Dragon Dictate 4 sells for about $200, $199.99. I don't know why they do that, but $200. Now, tell us exactly what this is and why it's important.
Okay, so it's speech to text, but what I love about this is that there are some really new options with this.
Mm-hmm.
So say, for example, you are writing a book, you're writing a term paper, you're writing something, and you want to dictate your speech in order to write this paper, book, etc. Okay, so you've trained the software to recognize your voice. But say, for example, you want to input something that someone else has said. You can train the software to that person's voice, right? And then upload. It's kind of like verbal footnotes, which is totally from a speech that somebody else has made.
Mm-hmm.
You can input it directly as their voice. It can put, that is not your voice, and it will read speech to text from them.
Okay.
I mean, obviously you have to credit them. You can't say that it was your, it was your speech, right? But that's a really cool feature.
Well, again, basically, Drag and Dictate transcribes the spoken word into text. All right. Mm-hmm.
Right. And another thing I like about it is that you can dictate into your smartphone or a digital voice recorder. And say you're at the grocery store, you're somewhere, you're getting inspired, you're dictating a bunch of things into the voice recorder, and you're not near your computer, or your network's down, or whatever. Well, when you get back to your computer, you can upload that digital file, and it will also transcribe it.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, it doesn't have to be live speech that you're transcribing. It can be recorded speech that you've done earlier, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's hard to believe. Hard to believe anybody's network could be down, huh, Gadget Girl?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's a question to you guys, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
How many emails do you currently have in your queue? In your, because I have a number of email accounts, like many people do, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, on one of your email accounts, what's the number of emails that you have?
Well, on mine, I get approximately about anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 emails a day, and I have to, and there's no way I can manage that because, of course, a lot of it you get a spam, and so I use rules and filters to move them into different boxes, so it's somewhat manageable. Otherwise, it would just be crazy, to even try that. Right. So what's your point?
I have
39,000. Yeah, I've got about 39,000 in just one email account.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know who the 39,000th email was, and I doubt that I'll ever get back there to see. But
see, the great thing about it though is that if it hasn't come up again 3 years later, I assuming it takes you that long to get 39,000, it wasn't that important.
Yeah. I know. But wouldn't it be just insane to actually go back and find that one email and see what the heck that was about?
Yeah, maybe it was a proposal of marriage, or maybe
you won a free trip to Jamaica.
Waiting.
You won the that home contest where you win a free home or something. No, that was the one that you missed.
Right.
Wouldn't you know?
Right.
Just our luck. Hey,
knowing my luck, it'd just be some Nigerian guy asking for money.
Hey, listen, Gadget Girl, we're pretty much out of time. Again, if people want to go and see all the things that you have, we have a link at our show notes page at computeramerica.com, but it's Gadget, GADGET, GRRL.com, gadgetgirl.com, and you can see the website for yourself and check it out. Gadget Girl, listen, we want to thank you for being here on the show tonight. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully next time we do it, we'll get you on the video portion.
I'll be live.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. You got it, guys.
All right, well, take care. Have a fun. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. So there she goes, Gadget Girl, here on the Computer America Show. A lot of fun, and hopefully next time we'll have things up and running where you can actually see her and see the things that we're talking about. Coming up in hour 2, we're going to have computer and technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. We also have another brand new News Tips Bulletin from Marty Winston, editor of the News Tip Bulletin, because it's Monday. You listen to the Computer America Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network, on the Boost Radio Network, on the IRN Radio Network. We will be right back. Stay with us.
Broadcasting live. It's the only national radio talk show on computers to air every weeknight. Computer America. Hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. The first hour's behind us, but there's still more of tech news, tech talk, and your phone calls. We're being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. You got computer problems? Bring them on. You're listening to Computer America. Computers run the world, and we run computers. Call us or send us an email to live@computeramerica.com.
Hello and welcome to Hour 2 of the nation's longest-running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. This is the Computer America Show, and I'm your host, Craig Crossman.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
With a slightly lower voice.
Ladies.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, do that. All right, so anyhow... what's that singer with the real low voice? Barry White.
Yeah, and we had the German guy on that sounded like Barry White.
Exactly. Anyhow, we just had the Gadget Girl on. It was a fun segment, and she's new to the Computer America Show, and hopefully next time we have her back, she'll have her network up and running so we can actually see the things that she's talking about.
She's been in the business longer. No, she's been in the business, quote unquote, because she said she started in 1996.
Yes, 1996.
I was born in 91.
All right, well, there you go.
So she's been around for a long time.
Yeah, okay, she has been.
I like that.
Uh-huh. She obviously knows her stuff.
And also, actually, real quick.
Yes?
She said she was a stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like stand-up comedians make the best hosts.
Yeah, you ever see Craig Ferguson?
Anyone late night, Jay Leno, anyone late night, Jimmy Kimmel, all them, they all started out as stand-up comics.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Stewart, Colbert, both stand-up comics. I mean,
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Conan, Fallon, anyone, they were all stand-up comics. They just have that, way to engage you, I think.
Yeah.
That just makes them so great. And I mean, she definitely had it. She was very entertaining. So.
Exactly.
I like that.
And yeah, I do too, and I'm glad that you did like her, and we're going to have her back, again when everything is up and running. Jonathan in chat room wants to know if you're sick. No, he's not sick. He's got a frog in his throat.
I've incorporated another organism into myself, and it's trying to take over, but I'm fighting it valiantly.
Yes, you are. Okay. So anyhow, we're going to do our computer news and everything, but just a couple. Again, if you're just joining us, there was a schedule change. Other World Computing (OWC) was scheduled to be here in the first hour. It could not be, and we're rescheduling them to be with us sometime in the August time frame. And we'll have now coming up tomorrow night. I'm really interested. I'm very intrigued by this. We're going to have Raptor on the show tomorrow night, and Raptor is they are, and I know you've been playing around with a new system where if you're into games, we're going to have a special Gamer Tuesday tomorrow night, in addition to our regular Gamer Tuesday, and we're going to be talking about this technology that they've developed, which, although from what I understand from Ben, a lot of it's been done before, they're doing it in a way that makes it extremely easy to do. Which is basically it's like a TiVo or DVR for your game, so you can.
Not quite, not even that.
Okay, all right. Well, how would you explain it?
I would explain it like, when you film, like say your kid playing baseball.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then you would take that video and put it up on Facebook.
Okay.
And before Facebook had all their stuff, you upload it to YouTube, take the link, go to YouTube, or take the YouTube link and put it on Facebook, and then everyone goes in between that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of doing all that, and just taking that analogy and putting it over to games, you use the Raptor platform that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, and it just does all that automated and puts it in one central location. So it records, processes, posts, and organizes all on that same platform.
Wow, and makes it easier.
Because I feel like TiVo, you're not creating the stuff that TiVo records. You know what I mean? Whereas with this system, you are creating the content.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have the company.
Craig will get a better grasp of it during the show, I'm sure.
Yes, I will. We're actually going to have videos. If you're watching a live computer video streaming, we're going to have live videos of how it works. We're going to actually have the company's founder and CEO on the show, Dennis Fong. And you're the gamer. A lot of people know him as Thresh. He was.
That's a nice name. I know that very well.
Yeah, he's the famous Thresh who did so much to.
Wait. This is tomorrow?
This is tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
Thresh. Because I know a Thresh, and it's and I need to make sure it's the same one.
Okay. Well, he.
It would be like you meeting Frank Sinatra of the gaming world.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, I'm desperately trying to find where I had all the information, but for some reason it's either been changed or anything. But I had him on here. He has won many. He came out. He retired. He won so many awards.
He's called the Michael Jordan of video games, top 20 entrepreneur under 35. Best known for co-founding Xfire, which was a great video streaming service.
Right.
So, an instant message and social networking for gamers, and was acquired by Viacom for $102 million. Mm-hmm. So he sold Xfire for $102 million. Mm-hmm. He was also the winner of the 1997 Quake tournament. So, I mean, he.
So
when they call him the Michael Jordan of video games, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
and he's very, very good.
And he's very, very good. And so, so he's going to be on the show with us tomorrow. So, he's really one of the stars of the video gaming world. And so.
And by the way, I pulled that all up from Wikipedia that they have up on him. They actually have a picture of him from 1997, and they have him in a Ferrari that he won in 1997.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, this is
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's so we're gonna have him on the show tomorrow night, and it's going to be interesting. And we're gonna, if you if you're watching the Computer America show, in addition to listening to it, you want to especially watch it tomorrow on our live streaming video page, because we're going to actually show or demonstrate some of the things you can do with this Xfire. It's just it's an amazing technology, and we're going to be demonstrating that here live on the Computer America show. And again, and of course, our live Computer America video stream page, brought to you by Otherworld Computing, quality products, expert support since 1988. Please visit them at www.macsales.com. Okay, so well, if you're ready, we'll do some computer news. Okay.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Tonight's computer and technology news is brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. You can visit them at slimwareutilities.com to clean, speed up, and optimize your Windows system for free. That's right. Everything on the Slimware Utilities website, completely free. They're not freemium models. They're not crippled. And then you use them for 30 days. And no, none of that. All that is free. Okay. Download all of them. They will do exactly what they say they do, and clean, speed up, and optimize your Windows system. Put them in your toolbox. Use them when you need them, and they will perform wonderfully for you, and you'll be very happy that you got them all, and you'll thank us for it. SlimwareUtilities.com. So, and again, this news story is based upon from Maximum PC, and
wait.
What?
Before you start that one.
Yes.
Something that we just noticed here that we couldn't find a news story for.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna kind of put the information out there. Is if you use Gmail or Google or Gmail or any Google account, Turns out that they just added a feature, at least they did to mine, I'm sure they did it to Craig's as well, where you can now send money via email.
Whoa. Cash?
Yeah. Cash money.
Real cash.
Real cash. It's more along the lines of if you have Google Wallet, you know, the whole integration. So if you have a Google Wallet and they have Google Wallet and you want to send them money, you can do that via Google now. Exactly.
All right, exactly.
So, you know, no more waiting for, what are the services that you see everywhere? Anyways, no more using those. You can now just use Google.
PayPal? You mean it replaces like PayPal?
PayPal, Western Mutual, those kind of things. Just, it was just a weird feature to kind of see it pop up in Google. It's like, hey, you can now email people money. I'm like, hey, I wouldn't do that anyways.
How does that work? I need to check that out. Because PayPal is awful because you've got to wait like after you get your money, you have to wait 3 business days. That make you wait until you can finally pull. You know.
Yeah, that's PayPal.
Yeah. Does Google make you wait too?
I mean, I don't have Google Wallet, and I haven't tried the service since I just found out about it a couple hours ago. But you know, since it's Google Wallet to Google Wallet, and you know, you may be able to use your Google Wallet at certain places. It's not like you're trying to, you know, turn it into cash. I mean, I don't know the Google Wallet to cash conversion process, but I mean, if it's just wallet to wallet, it may just be that simple.
All right. Well, we'll have to definitely check it out. All right. Well, in the meantime, we were talking about tomorrow night's show with Raptor, and then this story popped up that Ben found from Maximum PC, and it came out today. It says latest update lets Raptor use record and stream games. Okay. Record gameplay in your own reactions simultaneously. Last month, AMD introduced the game DVR beta to its Raptor service. Today, a new update has been released so Raptor users can record or stream gameplay videos now. The update also adds a solution that facilitates seamless uploading and sharing of videos. The new video capture solution is called the Game Video Recorder and provides users with the ability to stream or record gameplay videos. Instead of recording just 10 minutes of footage, like the game DVR beta, GVR will let users record 20 minutes of gameplay even after events have transpired. Users will also be able to automatically upload and share recorded gameplay with an online destination that is shared amongst the Raptor community. Both AMD and NVIDIA GPU users will be able to take advantage of the service that, according to Raptor, will have virtually no effect on system performance. Wow.
Which I've tried.
Yeah, oh, that's right. And Ben's tried it. Watching recorded and live-streamed PC gameplay footage has quietly become a massive trend involving tens of millions of viewers and billions of hours spent watching, said Raptor co-founder and CEO Dennis Fong, who will be on the show tomorrow night. Okay. But to date, only a modest fraction of gamers actually record and stream some of their gaming exploits because the tools haven't been easy, accessible, or resource efficient enough. Well, we're excited to be improving the process and experience in all of those areas, and at the same time offering nearly universal support for all the latest GPUs, regardless of manufacturer. This marks another big step forward in our ongoing effort to help make PC gaming consistently awesome. Right? Raptor is claiming that both GVR and live streaming features are supported by over 5,000 games, a significant amount compared to the 169 titles, according to Raptor, that NVIDIA's GeForce Experience supports. In addition, users will also have the option to include their own real-time reactions in the recording sessions through the use of a webcam and microphone to create a picture-in-picture effect.
Which was necessary.
Yeah?
The picture-in-picture effect, I mean, where streaming has become the big thing nowadays, the picture-in-picture effect, you know, just having the webcam like we're doing right now, but instead, you know, I would be playing a video game, and then in the bottom right corner or left corner, there would be a picture of me playing the game. That's actually, you know, mandatory if you're going to stream. Like like you don't technically have to do it. It's just, you know, people prefer it when you do it. So I'm really glad that they added the feature, and they really know, kind of what people want. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
We'll get into it tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. You can see Ben's really excited about this, as am I. This is gonna be some real computing power and abilities, and we're gonna have them on. We're gonna have Dennis Fong, who has been called the Michael Jordan of video games. This gentleman is just truly amazing, what he's accomplished in his lifetime, and he's still got a long way to go. So we'll be talking to him tomorrow in the first hour of Computer America. So stay tuned for that. All right, Ben, it's your turn.
Okay, well, Amazon, you may have heard of them. They have, and this one from, again, Max and PC, Paul Lilly. Amazon opens a 3D printed products store, order a custom bobblehead, and more. So, yep, create your own 3D printed earrings. Do you find the idea of buying a 3D printer to be cost prohibitive, which a lot of people do? Perhaps next year there will be several affordable models to choose from, but in the meantime, you can still own 3D printed goods with the hefty initial without the hefty initial investment. Mm-hmm. So Amazon today announced the launch of its 3D printed product store, where you can order over 200 unique print-on-demand items that you can customize to your liking. Mm-hmm. So, many of these items available to print and purchase can be customized by material, size, styles, and color variations. Some will even let you personalize a text and/or image imprint, according to Amazon. It's the largest online place to sift through 3D printed products with search tools, interactive 3D preview functionality, and a personalized widget. And by the way, it's fully available. Just go to Amazon or Amazon and Google, or search the Amazon 3D printing store, mm-hmm. and they have everything there. Products, I'm just looking at it right now. Seems kind of expensive to me personally. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some cool little gadgets here and there, mm-hmm. but it's about $30 for this, $40 for that. You can get anything from jewelry, kitchen, home and kitchen decorations, electronics like phone cases, toys and games. They have a lot of stuff that 3D printing kind of promises, but again, without the initial investment of the $700-800 3D printer. So if you're curious, Amazon now has that. Like they said, click on anything that looks interesting to you, and they have the 3D view available to look at.
Well, you can print your own 3D printed cufflinks.
Cufflinks, dog collars, dog tags, jewelry, earrings. They have a lot of stuff. Jewelry, I think, is the biggest thing right now that 3D printers are making, because with traditional jewelry, let's say you wanted to connect two hoops in jewelry, you would have to break one, put it through the other, and then resolder it or remake it.
Yep.
With 3D printing, you don't have to break it. Like, there won't be any seams.
It's made
because it's made. Just the way it's made, you can make all the intricate, intertwining parts. You can make them at the same time. So you can get some really, really cool jewelry that wasn't really possible before.
Well, here's something. You can actually create your own 3D printed wax seal. So you have that the wax you put in, and then you have.
Oh yeah, no. If you want to go old school on it, that's forget phone cases. You can make your own Game of Thrones wax seal. In case you ever have that giant candle next to you heating up the wax, and then you write your handmade scrawling letter, press your seal in, and you're good to go. You're ready to send it off to the black wall.
But you can put any insignia in there. You could have you can put your own family crest in there, or whatever you wanted to say, and
it's these little and of course the biggest thing that they're kind of pushing now are the bobbleheads, which you can make look like almost anything. But right now it's kind of limited to toys, seals, giant 20-sided dice. It's the little knickknacks right now, but look towards the future. 3D printing, it's gonna go places, and this is just the start.
Well, they had to start somewhere,
Oh yeah, okay. but I mean, it's good that Amazon finally had because Amazon is so big and popular. So
Okay. This next story again from Maximum Peace, Paul Lilly once again. This is interesting. This is a TT Sports introduces Challenger Go membrane gaming keyboard with 40 programmable macros. Okay. He calls it a gaming plank with purposely chosen membrane key switches. Most high-end gaming keyboards these days, as you well know, Ben, feature mechanical key switches. And I know you really like those because you like to press and you hear that click, clack, click, 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 click. It's
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of which there are a variety of types to suit different typing styles and preferences. However, TT Sports said it specifically wanted to stick with membrane key switches for its new Challenger Go, which is the company's latest keyboard for gamers. Now, according to TT Sports, the membrane switches offer a very short travel distance to actuation on each key for an extremely fast response. The Challenger Go is...
Real quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coming from a gaming experience, that line right there doesn't make sense.
Okay, why?
They use membrane for, just they use some word like actuation in there, which I'm assuming in layman's term mean pressing the button down.
That's
the
right.
travel time is less until when the key is actually struck.
Yeah, well, when you hit the key, it has a very short throw to it. So basically.
So the time that you start pressing it, the start to end time pressing it is much less than mechanical keyboard, which can take about half an inch. So for this, it would be like an eighth of an inch, which is not what you want when you're trying to play games professionally.
Really? I would think that the faster response would be something that would be desired.
Because most gamers, when they actually do play, they strike like you can actually hear them when they strike their keys. They're striking them. They're doing things on purpose and with force. So the actual press time isn't that big a deal. It's not just like press go away. So you want the longer travel distance because that really doesn't matter and it helps you not mess things up.
Okay. Well,
it gives you a little bit longer time. So just saying that, just throwing that out there.
Well, you're the gamer. You should know. Okay. I mean, I trust what you say, and when you read this, you would think that you think Paul Lilly would say something because he's obviously in this, but
and I don't often call out things like this, but it seems like something someone wrote. Just say, what is it? Snake oil will cure anything you have, but it's a problem that no one had, but it sounds good. You know what I mean?
Have you ever tried snake oil?
It is delicious.
I know.
Try it on a ham sandwich. Oh my god.
Well, anyway, the Challenger Go, which is the name of this keyboard, is outfitted with 10 dedicated macro keys, and that's 5 on each side, along with 4 profiles for a total of 40 programmable macros. Okay. So in other words, with each profile, in other words, you have 10 macro keys, and then you have 4 different profiles, which you can define them 4 different times, which means you get a total of 40 programmable macros, correct? It also features LED backlighting and 2 side panel lighting accents, all of which are adjustable with 5 brightness levels and a pulse lighting effect. Okay, it's going into TT Sports. I wonder what the pulse lighting effect is. It probably just when
pulse. That's like that. Bright, dim, bright, dim, bright, dim. Okay. It's visually appealing.
Okay. All right. A removable cable and 2-port USB hub round out the list of features. If it all adds up to something you might be interested in, set aside $60. That's the manufacturer's suggested retail price. And hang tight until next month when TT Sports rolls the Challenger Go out globally. So it's not effective yet. Not available yet, but it is.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, TTE Esports, Thermaltake, that's their esports brand. I'm currently using Thermaltake mouse, gamepad, keyboard.
Yeah.
I love their stuff. Just some of the stuff in there
Well,
didn't make the most sense.
Well, maybe it's personal preference. Maybe some people just don't like the membrane keyboards.
Yeah, that's very true too. It's a very cluttered market out there. Just like everyone has their favorite iPhone case, everyone has their favorite this or the other. So peripherals, very, very cluttered. And if you like something like this, I mean, a lot of people prefer the mechanical. Some people hate the mechanical. So, they could just be trying to diversify.
Yeah. Well, obviously, if you're looking for something like that, which you couldn't find before, now it's going to be available from.
At any rate, Thermaltake, they make great stuff. So.
Yeah, I know. I know you have a Thermaltake set up at your home. So. Okay. So it's your turn, right?
Yep, my turn. How about one from Engadget?
Okay.
And this one is about NVIDIA.
Oh.
So NVIDIA found a way to quadruple display performance in low-res LCDs.
Really?
Yeah, pretty crazy. So, article starts off, face it, the tech industry is obsessed with resolution for some weird reason. It's very true. We want every display to be high definition regardless of size. We also want our devices to be affordable, leaving the manufacturers with an interesting problem. How do they have low-cost products with high resolution? So NVIDIA researchers have one solution. Stack two low-resolution panels on top of each other to increase pixel density on the cheap. The solution is so simple it sounds ridiculous, but apparently it works. So researchers disassembled two LCD panels and rebuilt them into a single display with slightly offset pixels, a filter to weed out polarization conflicts, and a bit of customized software to force the display components to work in tandem. NVIDIA calls the resolution prototype a cascaded display. Fancy for we're doing this on the cheap, but it looks good. And in test, it has quadrupled the spatial resolution of the original panel. So, and they have a quote here saying, thanks in part to how pixels offset crams an additional 4 pixels behind every one of the first panel's visible pixel.
Okay.
So, the image produced by the cascaded displays aren't quite as good as the full resolution target, but it's leaps and bounds ahead of the capabilities of the original 1280 by 800 panels. It's also a comparatively inexpensive way to build higher resolution screens for head-mounted displays like the Oculus Rift. Good news there. So these hobbled together panels aren't perfect, of course. The cascade displays is less bright than a typical screen and has poor viewing angles. But the research could lead to a better way to build affordable, high-definition electronics. And they have a video here showing it. Craig?
Yep.
What do you think?
Well, I'm looking at the panel side by side. I see the single and the two offset letters, and it's really close. I mean, the images that it's showing. And I think,
like the article said, it's not. The two offset layers do not equal the target high resolution screen.
No, but it's close, as you said. Yeah.
Much closer.
Yeah, rather than the single layer, which looks kind of blurry and fuzzy compared to these other two. So,
I can see where the poor viewing angle comes from.
Yeah.
The two layers. So if you're looking at it from an angle, the two layers won't line up like they're supposed to.
And of course, it's less bright because the light has to travel through two screens as opposed to one. So I guess
exactly. So, there was news about the Oculus Rift last week that I don't think we got to.
Oh, what was the news?
I think Facebook bought the Oculus Rift.
Yes, and I think Charles and I did that. They bought them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. So you guys did get to it. Okay. But yeah, so stack two together. Folks, we're saying it here now. If you ever run across a TV that somewhere inexplicably gains the tag cascaded display technology,
know what it is,
and it costs twice as much as a normal higher resolution, don't fall for it. Don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Exactly.
But I mean, if they market it as it's supposed to be, just a lower price, higher quality than the single, it could be that good middle ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be. Okay. So do I have time to go? No, I don't have time to start on the story here. But some of the stories that are coming up. Russia's offering $111,000 for Tor de-animation know-how. A Korean baseball team is to fill seats with robot fans. And also, BMW's fast electric car charger rolls out to the U.S. We kind of hinted about that. And also, Lenovo's got the new Y50 Touch. Some of the stories we're going to be talking about here on the Computer America Show. A new News Tips Bulletin coming up next.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 120,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, Cover America Auto Care has announced revolutionary, inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage that is now available to the general public to save consumers thousands on auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for drivers to call who own a vehicle that is less than 10 years old for a free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number is 800-483-2514. Drivers who are covered with this auto protection will not have to pay for a covered repair again. This is the auto coverage now sweeping across America at a fraction of what dealerships charge and is now available to the public by calling today. The number to call is 800-483-2514. 2514. That's 800-483-2514.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-866-663-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So, the cable and get more of your favorite. Right now to sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and up to 4 rooms. And there's no equipment to buy. Free HD TV upgrade, your free DVR upgrade, and your free professional installation. And the best part, the pristine digital picture and sound. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. So, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV. Disable the cable, cut costs, and get more. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV.
Hello, this is Marty Winston for Computer America with a News Tips Bulletin Review of the iBolt S Pro 2 Connect. This is one of those things that lets you put a handset in your car, on the dash, on the windshield. It has the same usual broad outline of things, a suction cup, a pivot arm, and a smartphone-size holder stand. But the iBolt S Pro 2 Connect manages some interesting trickery with good results. The 2 struts that support the bottom of a device are each topped with rubbery sawtooth ribs, and the strut spacing adjusts from paired right next to each other to about 2 inches apart. Their topside companion adjusts to left, center, or right to stay out of the way of a handset camera. The height adjusts and locks with rear slider tabs to the device dimensions over a range of more than an inch, and has a strongly spring-loaded slide for another ½ inch of play to grasp the device. The suction cup on the base works alone on any solid surface or with an included solid adhesive disc to allow mounting on a, for example, without distorting it. Bottom line, the has handset mounting well in hand. This is Marty Winston with a News Tips Bulletin Review for Computer America.
Welcome back to the Computer America Show. Marty Winston there with a brand new segment there for us. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. I was watching the Mad Max movie thing, but I can't watch it without sound because I can't. But it looks interesting. It's a remake of the Mad Max trilogy.
It's a remake. It's a high quality remake.
Yeah,
It's the most important thing.
I think they did it with 2 TV screens kind of overlapping.
Yeah, they probably no. They used 2 actors.
Okay, that'll
overlapped
work.
to give that higher fidelity. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
That works, exactly. Well, anyway, Ben and I are doing computer technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. And it's my turn to do a story here. And this one from Wired, the Lenovo Y50 Touch, says it doesn't play nice. As tested, it was $1,500. Entry-level and gaming machines aren't phrases that normally go together, and Lenovo isn't typically a manufacturer that goes with either of them. Wisely ditching the ThinkPad brand is about the only decision that makes any sense around this oddball laptop. It's just the Lenovo Y50, but all told, it's an entry-level portable gaming machine, unquote, that is likely to appeal to absolutely no one. Okay. The Y50 comes with 3 different display types: touch, non-touch, and 4K. For the reviewers test, Lenovo supplied a Y50 Touch, the model with a 10-point touchscreen. Like you'd expect from Lenovo, it's a jet black 15.6-inch notebook, but the similarities to the ThinkPad line end just about there. The bright red keyboard backlighting is an instant tip-off that this isn't Dad's laptop. The curious beveling on the back of the laptop, highlighting some showy JBL speaker grills, further attempt to step the Y50 away from the stodginess of the ThinkPad's line of business-minded aesthetics. The Y50 features a few new upgrades over the typical laptop, but as its entry-level tagline implies, it's hardly on the bleeding edge. The Core i7 CPU included running at 2.4 gigahertz is one of the slowest versions of that chip available on the market, and the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 860M graphics processor is 2 steps down from the top of the line. 8 gigs of RAM are probably plenty for most gamers, but the choice of hard drives, a 1 terabyte hard disk drive hybrid with an 8 gig solid-state drive, really doesn't have enough solid-state storage for high-end applications. Ports include an SD slot, Ethernet, HDMI, and 3 USB ports, 2 of which are USB 3.0. Performance is largely uninspiring. The Y50 is outpaced by many Core i5 systems I've recently reviewed, he's recently reviewed, when considering general application performance. This is largely due to the relatively slow hard drive. Graphics scores are good enough for modest quality gaming sessions, but aren't enough to let you push the system too far. Finally, there's the touchscreen, which is easily the low point of the device. It's 1920 by 810 resolution. 1080 resolution is fine, but the screen is quite dim, and more importantly, he found that the touchscreen itself to be frequently unresponsive to certain gestures. The biggest problem he had was with swipe from right gestures, which are pretty much essential to using Windows 8.1 in any capacity. Considerable experimentation with starting point and fingertip pressure helps, but it shouldn't be this difficult. The touchpad is also jumpy, and the island-style keyboard, despite assertions that the keys are slightly rounded, feels completely flat and slippery. For a company that prides itself on its input systems, this is just a big fat mess. I guess he really didn't like this computer. The retail list prices on this machine is $1,500, but you can find it online at retailers for around $1,200. However, even at that price, Lenovo is asking an awful lot from buyers for a system that isn't going to please hardcore gamers and just doesn't justify the price tag it requests from more mainstream users. Wow, that was he really didn't like it.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, well.
Hey, you know what? You can't just peddle any little thing out there, because, I mean, with technology especially, you know, people will tell it like it is. So, you know, little thought goes a long way.
Okay.
All right, this next story here, very short one, but I thought it was really cool. This one from Popular Science, and no, not about cabbage, but this one is about a Korean baseball team that will fill seats with robot fans.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Hanwha Eagles of Daejeon, Korea, have been on a losing streak. So, but they are winners in our hearts here at Popular Science. That's because they have decided to amp up their fans by giving them access to 3 rows of telepresence robots. Not able to score a ticket to the Eagles game? No problem. these robots will be able to cheer, chant, show the faces of remote fans on their screen faces, and hold up LED panels showing encouraging text from fans. So, the author says here, I mean, that's exactly what I would have thought of if I were trying to drum up support for a baseball team. Go Eagles. So, again, 3 rows of these mannequin fan-esque looking things going on, and each of them have a face on them, kind of like an iPad. And on the face, it displays, like, let's say you have a webcam, it displays the face that you're showing at home and displays it on the fans in the stands. And then every once in a while, they would just be sitting there, and every once in a while they hold up this big black billboard that has scrolling LEDs on it, and they show scrolling text messages that I'm assuming work with Twitter or one of their own platforms, and it shows, go team, yay Eagles, you guys are the best, shows encouraging text scrolled across it that, all the mannequins and robots will actually be able to do the wave in tandem and show the inspiring text, and then put it back down so you can see the fans' faces. So
there's actually a video that you can watch on this too, which is.
It's an interesting. I don't think it's going to be the way of the future.
Mm.
Just robots filling up the stadium. But as for kind of like a gimmicky kind of way,
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
It was very cool to watch it.
You get your face in the action and get to watch the game streamed live. So,
yeah,
very cool.
Very, very cool. This story from Wired is called "The App I Used to Break Into My Neighbor's Home." He said, when I broke into my neighbor's home earlier this week, I didn't use any cat burglar skills. I don't know how to pick locks. I'm not even sure how to use a crowbar. It turns out all anyone needs to invade a friend's apartment is an off switch for their conscience and an iPhone. This was done politely. I even warned him the day before. My neighbor lives on the second floor of a Brooklyn walk-up, so when I came to his front door, he tossed me a pair of keys rather than walk down the stairs to let me in. I opened the door, climbed the stairs, and handed his keys back to him. We chatted about our weekend. I drank a glass of water. Then I let him know that I would not be back. Then I would be back soon to gain unauthorized access to his home. Less than an hour later, I owned a key to his front door. What I didn't tell my neighbor was that I spent about 30 seconds in the stairwell scanning his keys with software that would let me reproduce them with no specialized skills whatsoever. The iPhone app I used wasn't intended for anything so nefarious. KeyMe was designed to let anyone photograph their keys and upload them to the company's servers. From there, they can be 3D printed and mail ordered in a variety of novelty shapes, from a bottle opener to Kanye West's head, or they can be cut from blanks.
Kanye West.
Kanye West, yes, exactly. Or they can be cut from blanks at any one of KeyMe's 5 kiosks in the New York City area. Well, he copied his neighbor's keys at a Key Media kiosk about a mile from his house inside a Rite Aid drugstore. After logging in on a fingerprint scanner and choosing my neighbor's keys from all the keys I'd uploaded, I watched on the machine screen as a grandfatherly cartoon figure with a white mustache and spectacles cut them. A second later, the keys dropped into a box at the front of the kiosk, still warm to the touch. Next morning, I let myself into my neighbor's apartment and interrupted him reading a book about the German ship Bismarck. Wow.
That must have been embarrassing.
Well, services like KeyMe, along with competitors like Keys Duplicated and the Belgian KeySave, promise to forever solve the problem of lockouts and lost keys using clever combinations of smartphone scans, automated key cutting machines, and 3D printing. Like a forgot my password function for physical security, they let you upload your coded chunks of metal into the cloud, where you can access and duplicate them, or even email them to a friend staying at your place. But such services also enable jerks like me to steal your keys anytime they get a moment alone with them. Leave your ring of key-cut brass secrets unattended on your desk at work, at a bar table while you buy another round, or in a hotel room, and any stranger or friend can upload your keys to their online collection. The trick is far easier than having them copied at a hardware store. Kimi says it will even duplicate keys marked "Do Not Duplicate," including some high-security keys sold by Medico, Multilock, and Slage. Parking valets suddenly require a ludicrous level of trust. Right. You leave them their keys, right? Kimi already allows some car keys to be scanned and mailed ordered. Keys Duplicated said that the feature is on its way. Now, of course, a lot of car keys are not only mechanical, but they're also electronic. So you can't duplicate the key. You can duplicate the metal part, but you can't duplicate the electronic part of it. You know. So, but still, this is something that could be bad.
Or could just be another service. Kimi.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, they reassure users on its website that you only can scan your keys, and its scanning process is designed to strictly prevent any use of flyby pictures. It claims keys can only be scanned when removed from the keychain. Not so. I left my neighbor's on his ring, and must be scanned on both sides against the white background from 4 inches away. None of that posed a problem making my stairwell creep scans. Keys Duplicated, based in San Francisco, also doesn't make any claims about requiring close-up for its key shots, but its CEO wrote in a statement to Wired that we're not a convenient service for anyone who wants to copy keys surreptitiously. The company site argues thieves have always been able to measure keys with a key gauge or imprint them in a clay to create duplicates, but I have no idea how to do either of those things, and nonetheless I found breaking into my neighbor's house with a smartphone scan to be pretty idiot-proof. Well, there it is. What do you think?
I think for its intended purposes, it works very, very simply, which I guess with an app that's what you want. Now, simple can of course easily mean easy to abuse, but that's just something you're going to have to chance.
Well,
just if this does become a hit, because a lot of apps hit the App Store and just kind of get lost. But if this does become a hit, don't lose your keys, and then find them, and then expect them not to be, safe.
Yeah.
Because someone could have just taken a picture, scanned it, made their new one, and called it a day.
Yeah.
So
there it is.
I liked it. Apart from the obvious, I just scanned that item that I can now break into your home with very, very easily. I think it's a cool app. And I think the author did a great job of showing, yes, the nefarious side, but yes, the cool side.
Well, a lot of these convenience things, you wonder about how practical. For example, Quickset makes all their locks now with this. You can rekey a lock. How many times? If you lose a key to your lock, you can have a locksmith come out and rekey it, and it's going to cost you about $100 to do that. And then he gives you like 2 or 3 or 4 keys within the lock. Whereas Quickset has this feature on all their locks now that if you lose the key, they give you a little tool which you can insert into the front of the lock, and with the tool, and you put the new key in, and it rekeys the lock for you automatically.
So it just resets all the bearings inside.
Yes,
to new pattern.
Yeah. There was something about I'm trying to remember which made it. I think in order to do it, the door had to be open. You couldn't just come up to it, and the door is locked, and you put this thing and try to rekey it. You couldn't do that. They had it in such. I think the door had to be open, and there was some other restriction to it, so it made it so not anybody could just come up. I don't think you needed the original key, or did you need the original key?
I would assume just for security's sake.
Yeah, I think maybe the door had to be open. You had to have the original key, and but what was it? Because if you had the original key, then you can just make more keys. There was something else. I need to go to the website and research it. There was some feature where you just anybody couldn't just walk up to it and take any key and make that the new key. I gotta look it up.
Maybe you need like a AAA card.
Yeah. Okay.
Next story.
Mhm.
This one from CNET.
Yeah.
Again, well, actually, this one is decently long. This one from CNET is called "Oversized, but keeps a handle on your hoard." So, this one is called the Nokia Treasure Tag. Nokia Treasure Tag. So a flip of the stomach, a furrow of the brow. The moment you realize you've misplaced your key, or wallet, or phone, or anything you really, really need, is a moment you wish you had the Nokia Treasure Tag, or something like it. The small 1.2-inch square device, 30 millimeter, measures 0.4 inches thick, and weighs about half an ounce. And the 22 ohm battery, I don't know what the battery thing is, but promises a maximum standby of 180 days, or about 6 months. You're able to replace the battery on your own. So, globally sold in yellow, cyan, white, and black, the Treasure Tag is a simple tool that pairs to your smartphone through Bluetooth or NFC. Each package comes with 2 rubberized bands that snap into the tracker's groove perimeter. One comes with a loop for attaching keys or perhaps to your bike's handlebars. The other band is smooth and protrusion-free, creating a low profile if you'd rather slip it into something. You'll pair, set up, and manage your up to 4 treasure tags through a mobile app. Although it's branded as a Nokia product, the Treasure Tag will work with Android and iOS phones, in addition to Windows phones. So here you're able to set notification tones and look up your tag's last known whereabouts on a map. So, this is a little tag that you would slip onto a keychain, onto your bike, into your purse, maybe even into your wallet. It sounds a little thick, but you might be able to swing it, and it pairs up with your smartphone. And again, you lose anything with a tag on it, check your smartphone app, and you can find it. You can find the last known whereabouts of it, because with it connecting to Bluetooth or NFC, it obviously won't have that long range. Both of those are about 10-15 feet maximum. But I mean, if you're one to lose your keys, like I know I am, although usually they're just either in the washing machine or in a pair of pants, it's could be something you're looking for.
Now let me ask you this: Have you? I know you've washed your wallet, and some of these things happen.
Wash my wallet, wash my phone, wash my keys.
Have you washed your phone? Have you washed your iPhone though? Have you washed your iPhone yet?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna say no. Don't quote me on that.
Okay, I don't think you had. I think that because you use your iPhone a lot more than your former phones.
And I have my iPhone right here, and I don't know if you could actually see it, but let's see if I can get the right angle on it. See how the screen actually comes out?
Yeah, I did.
From the silver edge?
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of press it in and out, press it in and out. That's actually from the truck running over it. So my point there was I'm not the best keeper of my iPhone.
But you're improving. You are getting better. Yeah.
I mean, I have it, and it's in mostly one piece.
Yeah, and it works.
It's not in manufacturer shape, but it works.
You know what I like about this this tag is that if you lose your phone, the treasure you can push a button on the treasure tag, and it will cause your phone to chirp, so you can find your phone.
Very true.
So if you have your keys and you go, oh, what did I do with my phone? You can't find your phone. If you have the tag, you press the button on the tag, and it will cause your phone to chirp. So you can
now, if you lose your phone and your keys,
then you're in big trouble.
you might as well just go back to bed. There's no recovering from a day like that.
Yeah, it's been one of those days, exactly. But I think it's a cool little device, and it's certainly affordable, and so okay, so that's it. So anyway, do we have time for one more story?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Now we mentioned about we're talking about electric cars are going to be the way we talked about it off air, but we were saying that electric cars.
When did we talk about it?
We talked about it before the show started.
We have a pre-show hangout exclusive thing that we rev up the Google Hangouts 5 minutes before the actual on-air broadcast.
Yeah, And Ben made a good point. He said, but the fact that these charging stations for electric cars are going to become more plentiful, and I said that's true. They said, but they don't have to have just charging stations. They can have these at gas stations. Offer the service. They don't have the infrastructure for building a recharging station is nowhere near the cost of what it costs to build a gas station. You have to get these huge tanks and sink them into the ground so you can fill them with gasoline. These don't
huge tanks, huge pumps. I mean,
yeah, these direct current fast chargers are becoming more practical because they're easy to install. You can put them in existing gas stations, is what I'm saying. So, according to this story, BMW's fast electric car chargers are rolling out to the U.S. It says many direct current fast chargers aren't exactly practical, even for stores that expect a lot of traffic. They're frequently massive, power-hungry, and expensive. BMW knows that's a problem, which is why it just brought its IDC fast charger to North America. The device is small and light enough to be wall-mountable, but it can give an i3 an 80% charge within 30 minutes. And that's very handy if you only need to make a quick stop at a restaurant or the mall. The charger is compatible with EVs from most major automakers. Tesla's need not apply, okay? And businesses can put it on charge points network to either make some cash or simply let drivers know when it's unoccupied. Don't expect to buy an IDC fast charger for personal use in the U.S., at least not yet. The speedy power supply will initially be available for BMW I centers and authorized BMW partners in the country this August. It's just as well since each charger costs $6,548. That's trivial for companies like NRG, which will install at least 100 units across California. But it would negate the fuel savings you'll get by driving an EV. Still, the arrival should lead to more public power stations, and that may be all the incentive you need to ditch conventional cars. So there you go. I think
because before the show, when we were talking, we said that electric cars kind of had that chicken egg thing going on that was preventing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The chicken egg, of course, being, why put charging stations out there when there are no electric cars, and why put electric cars out there if there are no charging stations?
Yeah.
So it seems like the Prius, of course, was the first, but with the Tesla and more companies coming out with their own versions of electric cars, that stalemate kind of broke before, kind of broke. So more and more electric cars, now you need the fueling stations, and they're both coming, which, I said in a couple years, you're going to see these things all over the place. They're going to be they're going to be just as popular as gas stations. And Craig said, "What? Couple years? No way. What? No. And I said, "Yes, Craig."
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. No, I think that you're right. I think that
you said it best when you said the infrastructure to put in an electric charging station is nowhere near the infrastructure to put in a gas station, because it would just be a power line to some sort of module, and then more and more cables going from that module to the electric cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not the infrastructure you need for gas. So.
Well, okay.
Never been a more exciting time to get an electric car.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think especially in your lifetime, you're going to see, less and less gas cars.
Well, in my lifetime, hoping it's longer than 2 years, electric cars are going to overtake gas. I'm predicting that.
Yeah.
Not so keen on the whole hydroelectric or hydrogen power cars. That is what it be. But in my lifetime, electric cars and self-driving cars. Definitely self-driving cars. So, cars being phased out of reality is just going to be a thing.
Yeah. I agree.
90 seconds.
Well, coming up tomorrow night, again, we're going to have the founder and CEO of Raptor, Dennis Fong, the Michael Jordan of video gameplay, is going to be here. An impressive...
Can we just call him Thresh?
Thresh. We can call him Thresh. Absolutely. We'll ask him if we can call him Thresh. Yeah, exactly. He says call him Dennis, but we can call him Thresh. And
Dennis the Thresh Fong.
His Skype name is Thresh11. So
60 seconds.
Love it.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the new game system that they're just introduced today. We're going to have video demonstrations of it on our live video streaming page brought to you by Otherworld Computing. So we're going to have that, and he's going to be demonstrating it. It's going to be a real interactive show tomorrow night, and hopefully all of you will be here to watch this happen. It's an amazing demonstration, and we encourage all of you not only to listen to us, but to watch us on our live video streaming page right there at our homepage at computeramerica.com. Again, thanks to Gadget Girl for being with us in the first hour, and we'll see you all tomorrow night. So until tomorrow night, this is Craig Crossman hoping that your hard disk never becomes floppy. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. Good night.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Okay, so we're out in the show, and again, to all of you watching us, we certainly hope to have you here because you're already watching us. So we're going to have the live interactive demonstration, the screencasting that we have that ability here on the live Google Hangouts. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's another Gamer Tuesday tomorrow night, a special one with Raptor and its CEO, Dennis Fong Thresh. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow night. Should be a lot of fun.
Definitely.
All right, see you tomorrow.